Hey guys, this is Jeremy with DJMRC. Just wanted to go over the Micro Skeena today. It uses HardPark MOA axles, and this is based off my MOA Pro chassis, which is a WRCCA comp class. So it's basically a scaled down version of my spec MOA, which they run steer axle in the front, non-steer in the back. So that's how I build these. Just get the straight axle conversion from HardPark. It's like an extra 25 bucks. So it comes out, looks pretty much, if you look at my site, like the 2-seater Skeena looks pretty much the same as this, but just a whole lot bigger. It's designed, the whole center is one printed piece, and then the hood or the roof is a printed piece, and it uses carbon side plates. So that way you can have the front links at an angle, keeps them, it makes it a lot easier to make these bends and stuff. Works really well. I sell these motor guards too. So when you're building it, these lower link screws here are 10 mil length. These are 12 mil. This is 12. This is 10, 10, 8, 8. And then you can see in here, hopefully I can get it to focus. With the rod ends, I run no O-ring on the outside, and then an O-ring, if you can see, on the inside. So I do the that way, and then I run mine top hole front and back. And then something I think it's missed, I have it in the description, but the link separation is like really good if you just take the link mount off. With the link mount on, you have like a massive amount of anti-squat, unless you have a big gap up here, big separation. So these links are designed, the front and the back, when you get them, there's a bigger hole which goes here and a smaller hole at this end. So this one uses, it doesn't want to focus, this one uses the rod ends for a 2 mil screw, which comes with the shocks. When you buy these shocks, which you need for the kit, they're 45 mil Injora, the oil filled ones. Comes with a ton of extra screws and a ton of extra rod ends. So you want to take these rod ends and put them in the bigger end of this link. If you use like the little small rod ends for the normal like 24 scale ones, SCX style, one end will be super sloppy and the other end will be like tight. So you want the tight end at the chassis, or the smaller end of the chassis. The bigger ones go back here, and then I put it, you can see you can adjust it a little bit if you want it. I put it in, it would be 1, 2, the third hole forward. And then the front's the same way. Man, this doesn't want to focus. This out of there. I have a picture, but it's, you can see there's 1 hole, 2 hole, 3rd hole. And then these, you want the, oh, I got this one upside down. You want the notch the other way, so it'll clear, it'll hit the, you gotta have the notch that way or it'll hit the motor guard screw here. So the notch has to be up, or the link has to be up, notch, whatever. So this one's backwards. Awesome. Again, bigger hole to the front with the 2 mil rod ends for the shocks. And then I have a there we go. With this, I run the big flange here, O-ring, and then this one I run the spacer. There'll be ones with a spacer. You can't run them on the shocks. You need to put the big flange on the outside, because when you're flexing hard or something, this shock will push the O-ring right off, especially at the top. So you want the big flange on the outside, that way it can't push off. So I run big flange, O-ring, the 2 mil, or this little spacer, I think it's 2 mil, but this spacer will come with the shocks also. So I run those at the bottom, all the way, all 4 corners, because that way they'll let the shock lay over. If you don't run the spacer, the shock cap will hit the axle. I guess you could grind that down if you wanted to keep the shocks narrower. But when you get the kit, you'll see it comes with the narrow rod ends with a big flange and a small flange. Big flange on the outside. And then this one has no flange, but it has a spacer built into it. So the spacer goes in the middle, and that puts the links pretty much centered side to side. I'll have a picture of it on in the description with the chassis, so you can see the orientation of those. But I think that's it. It's a cool little car, really fun. And then I don't know if people are interested, I can sell these steering link kits. Kind of tedious to bend them, so they'd be really close, and then you might have to tweak them a little depending on how you're going to run your servo. I run mine as far back as I can get it without it hitting the rod end right there, or the link. And then the front just is the drag link is just a little screw cut down, because I can't find anything that short. But yeah, if you guys are interested in those, I don't know, probably like 15, 18 bucks for the steering link kit. Let me know if you want those. And then these are my wheel weights, holds, whatever the standard, 14 slugs inside and outside. And then these are the wheels. They're super lightweight, glue on. They're like 1.45, I think. It's as small as I can get it and still fits in like really tight like that. So you get the weight as low as possible, but you still get plenty of sidewall, and then you can fit a 1.3 tire on here. You don't have to cut it or anything, you just stretch it over. And then I put just dots, like maybe a dot every spoke on the outside. You don't have to glue the whole thing, like get crazy with it, just like stretch it over, roll it back, and put a dot, and I go crisscross. I do one here, 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 like that. But you just roll it back a little bit, put a dot of glue, and let it go. And then on the back, you just roll it back and put one dot, like one dot of glue here, one dot here, one dot here, one dot here. You don't need to glue the whole thing. And that way, if you need to take them off or anything, they're easy to like cut off with if you have like a hobby knife, come right off. But yeah, they're just super light, get the weight super low, but you still have sidewall, so your tires can like grab little ledges and really wrinkle up and hold, instead of being no sidewall, low profile tires. So yep, that's it. Also, I think I'm gonna start selling, I make or sending with the kit, since it's specific pretty much to these Enduro shocks. Make a little snap-on shock limiters, but I think it's like a 2 or 3 mil in the front and like a 4 or 5 mil spacer in the back. Just really balances it out good. And I think I'm gonna start including those in the kit. They just snap on, they have a groove, so you just snap them on the thing. They're really easy to use. So cool, that's it. Carbon uppers, tie lowers. Yep.